Let's fucking go.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is D-Shine, and today I am here to review the teaser trailer for Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, Fantastic Four First Steps has been the long-awaited MCU stab at the Fantastic Four apple. Now, I have been anticipating this ever since Homecoming, honestly, because ever since Homecoming, because Homecoming was like the prime example of what the MCU did so differently from what Sony did with Spider-Man, and they reinvented it and they did different things with Spider-Man, and I was so happy with Homecoming, and I was anticipating what they could do with the Fantastic Four. Now, so long ago now, I believe almost 7 years ago, Disney bought Fox, and when they bought Fox, Marvel Studios got the rights to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and since then, we have been patiently waiting for what would happen. Now, Kevin Feige at the time said that he had already made a 5-year plan before acquiring the Fantastic Four and X-Men and stuff, and he didn't want to blow up his whole plans just because he has these characters. He said, instead, I'm going to do my 5-year plan and then integrate these characters. Come to today, things have changed, obviously. A lot of things have gone this way and that way, and pandemic and all these different things. But either way, we're finally getting the MCU's Fantastic Four. Now, there have been some Fantastic Four movies in the past before, obviously. The two most, recent / notable ones being the 2005 Tim Story Fantastic Four, which had Michael Chiklis and the Thing in the plastic Thing suit, and had at the time a younger, but a different version of Chris Evans. Like, back then, Chris Evans was known for not being in not another teen movie. He was known for being in rom-coms, and I think that movie was called Not Another Teen Movie. Like, he was known for things like that. He was known for playing the jock, the handsome, charming jock, and he just fit perfectly with Johnny Storm. So, Jessica Alba, like that old. And to be fair, the Tim Story movies aren't garbage, at least not to me. Particularly the relationship between they did capture. I thought Chiklis did a great job actually capturing Ben Grimm the Thing. It's just a shame he had to be in that plastic suit. It's just a shame that he didn't have the technology that he had now, because I actually liked him as the Thing, and I like Chris Evans as Johnny. They had great chemistry. It did feel like it was from the comics, but there's countless other things that didn't work between the special effects, the story, them not being able to capture so much. The relationship between Reed and Sue was just awful. Reed wasn't very well portrayed. Although the guy actor they cast as Reed looked like Reed, I didn't think he did a good job of getting across some of Reed's more dark, more nuanced characteristics. Sue Storm was essentially just a background. It just was essentially just eye candy, which is ironic for somebody who's invisible. So that movie fell apart. And the sequel, while the sequel did a great job with the Silver Surfer, look, they made Galactus a fucking space cloud. Or some people call it a fart cloud. Liz talked about the sequel, the better. Then we got 2015's Fan Four Stick, aka Josh's Tranks, Fantastic Four, and that had an all-star cast at the time. Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mora, like the cast they had for the four were all young, up-and-coming actors who had just been in other projects where they had just got praised. So, all things being fair, like, this was, like, the cast they assembled was pretty good. Like there was something here, you know what I mean? And, unfortunately, whether it be insanity that happened behind the scenes on this movie, that we all kind of hear about, the rumors about the insane shit that went behind the scenes, like Josh Trank had that project taken from him, all kinds of things. That movie turned out to be a load of garbage. And now we're finally getting Marvel Studios' crack at it. And I always knew it was going to be great. But This thing looks amazing. I love the 60s futuristic vibe they're going for. A lot of people have equated it to something like the Jetsons or something, whereas there's just this futuristic, like I say, I don't even know how like 60s vibe to it, from the architecture to the way people dress to the hairstyles. And the Fantastic Four were conceived at that time period, so much of what they are kind of baked into the 60s. Not that it has to happen there, obviously you can update it for a modern audience, but so much of the Fantastic Four was baked in that period with the type of family unit, particularly the relationship between Sue and Reed. Like, that's such a 60s-ish relationship. But anyways, we got our Fantastic Four cast in this, and we also get our first look, most big thing, at Ben Grimm, and they make Ben Grimm, the Thing, comic book accurate. I mean, this is like an Alex Ross drawing, or, I mean, he's got the brow, and they actually didn't make him huge. He's big, but he's not this hulking form. Often they make Ben Grimm like the Hulk, basically, but if you go back and look at those original comics, he wasn't that big. I mean, he was bigger than them, but he wasn't this massive being, you know what I mean? So I love that. I love that they decided not to make him have this gravelly voice. They decided to let him have his normal voice. The actor who's playing him, who is I can never say his name to save my life. I know he's from The Bear, but he does a great job here, and I like that they let him have his regular voice, because the Thing is one of the most tragic characters in Marvel Comics. He's one of the most tragic characters in comic books. And honestly, the Thing is an inspirational character in many ways. He's in it, like, because even though his world was, like, you know, blown up and just like he's this monster, it's not about the outside. The man underneath the rocks is just such a good, kind-hearted man. There are so many comic books of him just doing daily, ordinary things, and him just giving people a hand. And when you see the backstory of Ben Grimm and where he came from and how he came from them tough streets and came out on the other side a better man, and how he struggles every day with not letting, like, it fuck with his mind what he is. It shows the strength of character. It shows that, like, you know, it's not about what you look like. It's about what you do. It ain't about what you look like. It ain't what other people do. It's how you react. And Ben Grimm has always been a great character for that. But it's always been a tragic story. It's always been a tragic story. And on multiple occasions, he's had an opportunity in the comics to go back, but he always chooses to be Ben Grimm because he knows he can help people. He knows he's helping his family. And I can already tell they're going to capture that. We got another glimpse at Johnny Storm. We getting to see him light up a little bit, you know, see how that's going to go. They really, like I say, it was a teaser trailer, so we really didn't get too much into the weeds of the characters. We just got a vibe for the story. We got glimpses of powers. We still haven't gotten a glimpse of Reed's powers, which Stretchy powers are very difficult to really show on live action very well, as it's been noted. It might be a bit easier as long as he's in the suit. I think as long as he's in the suit, it'll be easier to show his stretchy powers. But, like, it's just there's an uncanniness of seeing skin stretch like that from a normal person. And I'm just curious of how they're going to make that work, because they made the Thing look great. I loved it. Like, from the sound effects of him clapping to everything. Herbie looks cool. But the big thing, too, is, pun intended, Galactus makes an appearance. Now, we don't see his face, but we see the back of his head, and he is not a big space cloud. He is comic book Galactus. Now, there's a lot up in the air in this. I'm going to probably make a separate video just theorizing about what may happen in this movie. But as a teaser, I loved it. It was a fun... there was this optimism. Like, just like the Superman trailer that came out not too long ago, there is this air of optimism just oozing off of the trailer. It makes you... like, it just makes you excited, man. Like I say, this is the Fantastic Four. This is the way they should have been done. I can't wait for Marvel's first family, who are so important to the Marvel MCU, not just the MCU, to the Marvel comics themselves, to have a on-screen adaptation that people can finally agree on. So, that's my opinion. I love the trailer. What did you think of the teaser trailer for Fantastic Four First Steps? Comment below and let me know. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.